Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today? It is Thursday today. I don't know what day it is. And it is the afternoon. It's not the morning. Well, welcome to 30-degree weather already. Good Lord. It does happen quite frequently here in Canada where we go from too cold to too hot in the space of a week. And that's kind of what's happened. So yesterday was insane. The AC is not working in the trailer. Oh my God, Bruce is ready to kill someone. But we're on the list for maintenance. So goodness knows when that will happen. It was really bad in the trailer yesterday and it was so hot outside. So I don't know. We had all the windows down and the shutters down and the fans on, and it just was not good. So I'm home today. I had to take my little car in for a tune-up and did that first thing, walked home. So that was my little bit of exercise. And it looked like it was going to storm, but it didn't. So I got home and here I've been. I don't know if this is going to come out as backwards. So it says stay calm and buy a bigger purse. I had that made for me quite a while ago. The letters are not stuck on very well, so I haven't, see, they're kind of coming off, but I'll restick them. I think it's kind of cool. And I wanted to wear something that was long enough to hide my fat ass and cool enough that I wasn't going to get too hot. It wasn't sunny when I was walking home, so it didn't get too hot. But so here we are. Air conditioners in the window. That's always a big event. I have a little window air conditioner that as long as I keep the house, you know, the blinds down and everything, and I have shutters that I put in the windows in my kitchen, and they stay that way all summer, and the blind stays down all summer. I don't get the sun in the front until about now. And that's why I'm doing my video, well, maybe another hour, because once the sun comes in the front, it is just, you just sit, you don't move, you don't do nothing. There's no laundry that gets done. There's no nothing. I did all of that this morning because, like I said, it does stay quite cool in here. In the morning because the construction of this little house is cement block, so it actually holds the cool in, and then but once it heats up, man, does it heat up. And weeds, goodness gracious me, I have weeds and I need to go. And 2 years ago I went to Akron, Ohio to have my first experience at the bins. Those of you who have followed me for a while, I did talk about that. Around this time 2 years ago, I went to Akron, Ohio, 5-hour drive. It was the closest bins that I knew of. I wanted to experience it. I stayed for 2 nights, 3 days. It was great. Came back with about $100 worth of stuff. And it was interesting. It was very, very interesting. But when I went, the hotel that I stayed at, there was a Walmart right next door. So I really got to see, not everything was much cheaper, but I got one of those 2-liter pump things that you can spray the weeds. So I've got my home concoction, vinegar, salt. Is it just vinegar and salt? Vinegar, salt, dish soap. I think there was something else in there as well. Anyway, it works. It doesn't necessarily get right down to the roots, but if I'm not going to be here much, I don't want to come home. When I bought this house, the first couple of years, the weeds in the front yard were taller than me. And I got rid of the dirt. I put gravel down, but it still comes through. So anyway, bags. Let's get to the bags. I have a couple of bags. I've been working on some roots stuff. So I have a nice little, where is it? A nice little roots bag. Here it is. So it's like a little saddle bag style. What I like about it is it has a little pocket. And it's all the raw leather, which you know I love, love, love. And I like the fact that it has these little side tabs. So if the bag does fall over, you're protected. And that's just a little telltale sign of some quality. So there isn't a lot of Roots insignia. There's no label or anything inside. All it has is this one little Roots stamped area here, and you can't really see that either. It does require that you use the buckle. Some people may not like that. The strap is nice and long. It's about a 24.5-inch strap drop, so it's really, really nice. And it's just Roots. I mean, Roots is Roots. So love, 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 love it. Had to do a little bit of work on it. This is one that I picked up in the winter, and I thought I would have to repaint the whole thing. I didn't. I did have to do some of the seams, and I moisturized it really well. It's amazing how just moisturizing the bag will bring the color back. And that I didn't realize. I think, who was it that kind of helped me with that? It's Hadrian, I think. He's kind of the only one that I follow that actually enjoys refurbishing. Yeah, a lot of the other bag resellers, they don't have time for that. I love it. Still haven't gotten to my painting, only because I need to get some duller. I think the paint, the Angelus paint, is going to have too much of a sheen on it. So I need to get some duller, and I don't know. Amazon scares me. I bought a tube top yesterday because I mean, I wouldn't wear them around town. I'm too big chested for that, but I do like to wear one when I sit in the sun. And the one I have is so threadbare, it's not appropriate to, it's not that I really give a shit, but it's not appropriate, especially, you know, when we're in such close quarters at the trailer. Mind you, I did wear it last year at the trailer, but I was probably 15 pounds lighter this time last year. I am doing well though. This week is a 16-hour fast week, and I've done fantastic. So next week will be a struggle. It's 18 hours. So that will be a struggle, but I've been doing really well and I feel good. I've been walking. I haven't been doing much weight training, but I got to figure that out, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my heavier weights here and take my very light weights to the trailer and just do a shit ton more repetitions. So you kind of get the same place in the end. You just have to do a lot more work, I guess. So anyway, bag number 1. Now bag number 2 is a Danier leather purple crossbody bag. So I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a slightly different tone. I think it could be. Not 100% sure. So there are some irregularities in the color, and I thought I have put that in the listing. Lots of pockets. You've got a snap pocket, zipper pocket with another zipper, a zipper pocket, and then your full compartment here, which has slip pocket, just the one, and then a zipper pocket, and there's your Danier tag. So for those of you who don't know or who are new to my channel, Danier is a Canadian company that's been around, I think 1978, I believe, is when Danier first started operations out of Montreal. Now 2016 they were bought out, again by a Canadian company, but it was, you know, kind of a conglomerate, and since then their quality has just absolutely tanked. So anytime I mean, this is a fairly recent, I would say this is late 90s, early 2000s, just because of the whole crossbody. It's quite a long strap drop, the same as the little Roots one. So, you know, it's quite a great functional everyday bag. It sits nice. The strap isn't too wide, so it's not going to cut into you. And you've got all these great compartments. And I mean, it's purple, but it's not like in your face purple. It's like a very subtle purple. I like it. It's very utilitarian. It's a nice bag. It's a really nice bag. Now, where does it say? Made in Pakistan. Ooh, okay. So, there you go. The Indian leather process is, it's a very laborious process, and I've watched a couple of documentaries, and it's very, what's the word? It's not very eco-friendly. Like, there's a lot of runoff. There's a lot of contaminants from creating leather. And there's a lot of child labor and that kind of thing involved in the industry, just like there is in all of these kind of, I don't want to say third world country. I don't know if am I being ignorant right now? Maybe, I don't know. But, I mean, you see what you see on the news, and you see these little children, and so, I don't know. How do you know, right? So, anyway, that was a bit deep, wasn't it? Anyway, back to my pretty purple purse. I used to hang out with, she's not really my girlfriend anymore, but we used to go out, and she had a buddy who would take us in, he had a purple Charger, and we'd call it the pretty purple car, because it really was very pretty, and it was very purple, and we had no problem being chauffeured around in the pretty purple car. So sometimes when I see purple, it reminds me of that. So that's bag number 2. So these have been listed today. They are online. Things are very slow right now. I don't know whether that has to do with the fact that I don't have a lot of listings every day, but I do have bags that are renewing every day. So I kind of think that maybe that would boost it back up in people's searches, or I'm not sure how it works. But things have, like, by half slowed down, or I'm on the naughty list again for some reason. I don't know. That's the only thing about using platforms like Etsy and eBay and Pinterest. You're at the mercy of their algorithm and whatever changes they make, or and I've heard some things about Etsy where they just close people's shops, and it's very, very difficult to get in touch with anybody with Etsy. Shopify, I mean, I do still have leatherbag-lady.com. I haven't done anything with it. I did a little bit of work this week on revamping my shop to start with my shopping channel in September. But they are amazing. Their customer service is fantastic. You can always get somebody. And I just read something today that Google is going to be partnering with Shopify. So I think Facebook was already, I'm not sure what the relationships are there, but Shopify, I think, is a Canadian company. I know they have, here I go again with all these I thinks. But I know when I used to go to a retirement home in Kitchener, I would pass this big building that was a Shopify. And I do believe it was started in Canada. So anyway, that's my bags for today. Staying here tonight. I need to do some work tomorrow here, and then I'll be up at the trailer. It's going to be a very uncomfortable weekend with no air conditioning, but oh well, what are you going to do? And the whole gang will be up there this weekend, so we are, having to be careful because the park has had some issues with the town of Dunnville. Not very happy that our park is open, but for the most part, people are doing their part. The issue is a lot of people are bringing guests in. And Dunnville is just looking for an excuse to shut us down. So we're trying not to be the reason. Could you imagine being the reason? Oh my goodness me. but a lot of money being spent at the park. People are doing some crazy awesome things to their lots. A lot of concrete though, a lot of gravel. Our park is very much in a low zone, our stretch anyway. So we've all had to really get loads, tons and tons of gravel. I was saying to Bruce last night, I said, it looks a little concrete jungle-like. So I think we're going to need to get some planters or do something, get a little bit of greenery there. So anyway, have a great rest of the day, Thursday. Hopefully you're doing well. Weather is great where you are. You're hanging in there. COVID, who knows if we're going to be open when they say we're going to be open. I have a feeling they could stretch this out to after Canada Day. And then we've got a good 8 weeks where there isn't anything. August 1st is a civic holiday. It's not a stat holiday. But I mean, not that there's a ton of, not everybody's back to work anyway. So I don't really get it. But noticed that they were doing a lot of grooming on the golf courses when I drove back from Dunnville today. So who knows? But stay safe, everybody out there. Great to chat to you. And we'll maybe do one tomorrow before I head back up to the trailer. I'm not sure. But if I don't, Victoria Day here in Canada. Monday is a holiday. We call it May 24. So for all my Canadian friends, happy May 24. Wherever you are in the world, have a great and safe weekend. Bye, everybody.